Hey guys, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. I'm Zoe Wafelbakker and this is Living in Austin. Today I'm going to do something a bit different. Having spent just a week in California, I am going to do a bit of a comparison of California versus Texas. Probably more the things to be aware of in Texas that are different to California. That would be it. So stick around and we're going to get to it. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Zoe Wafelbakker with Agape Property Group here in Austin. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking us out. We appreciate it. If you'd be so kind to hit that little subscribe button, you'll get notified every time that we upload a video. And we're doing that regularly, every week, so that you know about all the things before you move. Like what it's like to eat, live, work, play, all the things, different areas and comparisons between other states and here. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button so that you do get notified about those. Now, as much as we love making these videos, we are licensed realtors here in the state of Texas, and we love helping people even more buy and sell homes here. So if you are thinking about moving and you want to learn a little bit more about the whole buying process and where to start, all the things, the community you want to live in, the home you want to live in, please make sure that you reach out. It's what we do every day. We love it. We've done it ourselves and we know that it can be pretty stressful. So we'd like to take that stress away and help you and help guide you through that process here in Austin. So enough about that. I just had a trip to California. Now, I've got to say, you know, straight from the beginning, California is a big state. And, excuse me, I've got the dreaded Austin allergies going on here. I think it's something ridiculous like ragweed or something. Never even seen any ragweed, but it's apparently out there. So California is a big state and I was only in one little pocket. I was just north, I was along the San Diego coast, just north of San Diego. And you know, that little pocket there might be totally different to what it's like in Sacramento, Los Angeles, San Francisco, the Bay Area, actual San Diego. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt. And I didn't want to do a, you know, it's like this here and it's like that in Texas kind of video. I wanted to basically talk about my observations and the things that you might be surprised about should you move to Austin. So great doing a video when you're coughing, isn't it? First observation, let's just talk about the traffic, because everyone talks about the traffic. It's really relevant in California and it's super relevant in Texas as well. Now, my experience there, the traffic wasn't particularly bad. I did experience it when we were heading back to the airport on the State Highway 5 into San Diego, because we were going in at about 4:30. And so, yeah, I saw what the traffic can look like. One of the things I would say, though, is it was great because it was constantly moving. And honestly, the drivers in California seemed, well, they certainly weren't as aggressive as what they are in Texas. So that might be a little surprise when you get here. That I personally find that the drivers are a lot more aggressive in Austin. I can't speak for all of Texas. So the other thing that I noticed that we don't have in Austin, when you're coming onto the freeway on your frontage roads, you've got lights. That's cool. That's smart. So we don't have that here, and it's a really good idea, and I really wish they would implement them, because the whole, you know, letting two cars go at once onto the freeway is a really smart thing. So you don't have that here. And the other thing, it's kind of encompasses the whole traffic thing. What you'll find a lot different here is, well, certainly in the area that I was in, you could probably replace the Mercedes and the Teslas for trucks. So imagine that comparison. I was really surprised on how many Mercedes I saw there, and it's kind of, there's a lot of Lexuses here as well, which I was also surprised about for Austin. It was just an observation. My dad always observes cars, so there we go, Dad. And the Teslas, man, I get it. I went the gas prices. It's like a little photo coming up right now of what they were at the time. And if you're watching this in California, then you probably know enough of what the prices are. What I was surprised at, for anyone else watching this going to California for a visit, I was returning the rental car and I just totally forgot about filling up before going back in. And I got there and I was with my 9-year-old. We were up there checking something out for her, and she was like, got all the bags out the car, and they went, "Oh guys, listen, I'm so sorry, I forgot to fill the tank up." And they went, "Oh, it's fine, it'll probably only cost about $40, it's half a tank." I went, "Really?" I kind of doing some maths in my head. And then I went to the other counter and I said, "I forgot to fill up." And she said, and I said, "How much is it exactly?" And she said, $12 a gallon. It's like, what? You gotta be joking. And then I have to admit, guys, I don't know, it's the Dutch in me. I am actually half Dutch. But I said to my daughter, "That's it, girl. We're getting back in the car." We had plenty of time. The flight was delayed. Back in the bags, back in the car. My 50-pound suitcase and her wee suitcase. Oh, here's my wee dog. Cookie, okay, yep. Go here. Got back into the car and then went to the half-mile down the road and checked out and got the half a tank of gas, which ended up being $60. So it would have come in at about $120. So if you're going to move to Texas, that's a big old difference there. Like, we're sitting at about $6.20 at the moment. So $6.20, sorry, about $3.20. It's varying between $3 and $3.20. So it's a big difference. Therefore, you can have your big truck. See, it makes sense. Coco's shy. Coco's spelled K-O, K-O, by the way. It's important to say. Named after the club my husband and I met in London. Anyway, the other thing I noticed, still on the whole vehicle thing, electric bikes. A ton of electric bikes. Loved that. I think it's great. And what I really liked is, there's kind of, I don't know, space, but you've got really great, electric bikes are faster than normal bikes anyway, but, there's space for cyclists and a lot of people were on them. So I don't think we've got that so much here because, I don't know, maybe because everyone drives trucks and it's hot and it's ridiculously hot, and yeah, we just don't have them as much here. And with the cycling thing, I am a cyclist, and it was so cool to see all those cycle lanes. I think it's on the 101, and it's awesome. Like, there's a part that there's actually a whole lane to cyclists, which is amazing to see. And frankly, we've got a garage set up here because doing Zwift or Z-Wift, whatever however you call it, all set up because I'm more scared cycling in Austin, hill country area, than what I was in London. And the Surrey Hills in London, and Surrey Hills outside of London, where you've still got super narrow lanes, but people are more aware of cyclists there. So that's a big thing. I just don't actually feel that safe cycling here. So if you are into cycling, that's something to consider. Another little observation I had now getting off the road, and no offense, I don't want to make, really annoy anyone here, but I didn't find the people as friendly in California as in Texas. So to turn that around a little bit, let's just say you will find the people in Austin and Texas to probably be really friendly, and that might be super strange to you because, I noticed I went to Whole Foods one of the first days, and just no one looks at you, and no one smiles, and no one really talks to you. And there were the odd people, but I typically found people to be kind of quite standoffish. And like I say, I don't mean to offend anyone here. It's just what I'm used to. And I was telling a girlfriend about this over the weekend, and she said, oh my gosh, I know. Like when I first moved to Austin, I was in the grocery line, and she's lived in like 5 or 6 places in the States. And she said I was in the grocery line, and the checkout person and the person buying the groceries were like having this full-blown conversation. She's like, come on people, I've got places to go, and it's true. Like, the person, the teller is going to have a full-blown conversation with you about what you're up to for the weekend, and asking all these questions they probably don't care about at all, but they're going to talk to you. And while I was actually at Whole Foods, the person I did have a conversation with was the bagging dude to put the groceries in the bag, and we're having a little chit chat. And as it happens, he was from the Midwest, and he said something that I've never ever heard someone say in Austin. We've lived here for almost 8 years now, and he said, "Wow, I don't exactly fit in around here." And I just thought that was so interesting. I don't think I've ever heard someone say that in Austin. I don't exactly fit in around here. And so that's, I think maybe again it might just be that little pocket that I was in, but it was an interesting observation on that front. Now, something else, eating out. We ate out every evening, and I had the odd lunch while my daughter was doing her thing. Snuck in a little lunch without her. I was surprised that it wasn't more expensive than what it is here. So as far as the meals were concerned, they were the same as what you pay here. We ate at a sushi restaurant. We just then ate at like a pizza place, and Flower Child was another place we went to, and other cool kind of progressive cafes where I'd have lunch, where they had those sexy matcha turmeric almond latte things, because I don't drink coffee. They were really similar, and that was a really good comparison for me, because one of my favorite places, the very first place that we ate at when we came to move to Austin, it's called Picnic, and it's all into that kind of paleo stuff, and similar prices. It was like $7, and I know that's a lot of money for not a coffee, but that's what you're going to pay in Austin. And as far as the other restaurants are concerned, that's what you're going to pay. Same for the likes of Whole Foods. I didn't notice any difference in the prices there. I didn't go to the local, the other grocery stores. I only just went to Whole Foods for the week. But yeah, so when people speak of the cost of living here, that it's cheaper, that I wouldn't take into account the food. Yes, the gas, absolutely, and house prices, absolutely, because I did check them out before I left. And you know, in the area, we were in Solana Beach, and you know, that's what I do. I was looking at the prices there, and I think the minimum is like, you know, for an actual house is 1.5 million. And admittedly, you've got the sea, but you might be struggling to get a view of the sea with a 1.5 million. So here, you know, you can get anything now from like 350 for an actual house, if not a bit less at the moment, because you know, prices have readjusted a little bit. So that's something I noticed there. Now, the last thing I wanted to bring up is the hills, and everyone here talks about, you know, the hill country, and a lot of people, I think, in California might gravitate towards that, because certainly where I was at, it's hilly, which is awesome. Again, if you're a cyclist, it's really, really cool. And what I'd say, like, Austin's not super flat. You know, we do have hills here, and we do have some really chunky ones, but certainly not like the area that I was in. You know, like you've got the coast, and then you had hills, and that's really, really cool. So if you're thinking that there's going to be like a lot of hills, like, because we call the hill country, it's different. You know, I'd say they're more undulating here than what they are in the area that I was in anyway. So that's just some of my observations. Like I say, guys, please don't, I don't know, bash me because I'm, you know, hassling California. I had a really, really great time. The temperatures were fabulous. You know, I think they were in the 70s. I went in October. They were in the 70s every day. Bit cloudy every morning, bit misty because we're right by the sea, I guess. And it was lovely. It was nice to visit. But I definitely enjoyed coming home and filling up my car at $3.09 a gallon as opposed to $6.57 or whatever it was. So yeah, I hope that's helpful for you. As always, if you have any questions, reach out. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and drop a comment below, and you know, let me know some of the videos that you do want to see. It's important. You're the ones that are watching it, so let me know what you actually want to see. And you know, if you like, hit on a little like there. It helps the whole visibility of the channel, and so it can help other people as well if you're finding this useful. And final thing is, don't forget to hit subscribe, guys. We would love for you to get more of this content. And otherwise, final thing is, if you are looking at moving to Austin, make sure that you reach out. We'd love to hear from you. You've got our phone number below, email and phone number. So make sure you reach out. I'm the one that answers the phone. Love to hear what your plans are and see how we can help. Okay? Until then, take care, guys.